It's like we never left. Welcome back, everybody. We're going into game 3 shortly, but in case you forgot, Chosen One on their map pick took the game at 13-8 just now. Got so close for core at the end. But Triad, really, who had the biggest impact on Chosen's side when it came to their offense? Because that 9-3 start was really strong.
It was super one-sided at the beginning, and part of it, and a big part of it was Hezzy actually coming through with this Phoenix pick and really being a difference maker from beginning to end. We got to see so many entries from this player, and like I was saying as well, it's great to see because it was a Hezzy that when we got to see on the Jet on that map number 1, maybe missing a couple dashes, maybe a little bit of nerves, maybe just not feeling the map as it sometimes happened. But on this map number 2, it was like nothing happened in the first one. Came, almost got, if not got those 30 kills. I mean, absolutely insane what the Phoenix was able to bring.
Yeah, we don't get to see the Phoenix too often. That was really cool. I mean, just all types of different strategies and game changers. As Tanner likes to say, we let them cook. But Tanner, talk to me about the difference of PC especially, or Hezzy. The fact that the Jet was a lot more quiet, then we went to Phoenix, and comfortability, the confidence just exploded out of this player. Was this a map comfortability, an agent comfortability? What did you think?
I think it's comfortability in themselves. Hezzy, I guess like Phoenix versus Jet, there are some things that you can do on Jet, but like I had mentioned, some of the dashes are getting a little wonky and you need a little more help. Phoenix is an agent that you can help yourself. You can molly off angles to try and take fights. You can flash for yourself. You can throw up walls to try and cut things off or find a safe escape. So I think with this roster coming into this one, we knew 4 players. Hezzy was the 5th that wasn't actually tossed onto this roster for knowledge for us, which, you know, I think says, hey, Chosen Ones, you know, they had this strong core and now they're putting these pieces together. And they're not quite as meshed as somebody, you know, like Core, like in map 1. So when you put Hezzy in a role where they're a very strong player and they can kind of do it themselves, this is the result.
And Triad, what caught Core so off guard? Because in the first game, they looked like they were going to dominate the series. We thought this was going to be quick. Is it agent composition, execution? Is it just the map? Why are Core just so off now?
A little bit about the executions that we got to see on the other side, because it really changed from what we saw in Ascent, right? A lot of them were a lot slower, where you had actually a chamber holding, waiting for the chance for a swing to come through for the defense to take you down. And it was happening over and over again. And obviously not only the chamber, but we got to see this kind of setup multiple times in the round, giving the momentum pretty one-sided. And on top of that, like we talked about, you had to see that when they had to go in right in to kind of fight for themselves on this Phoenix and create what the team was needing on the map number 1. And you could really tell that this was their map pick, right? By the way that all these ideas were executed and coming together at the end.
I do want to, I don't want to harp on this, but I do think, you know, I had talked about Leah Panda as a strong info initiator. The Sky doesn't necessarily play like the Sova, and we could kind of see the uncomfortability of Leah Panda on the Sky and sometimes having to use both flashes to get some information because things would get a little wonky. So yeah, I think Pearl is just a pick where some people on Core are put onto agents that they might not be the most drilled on. And now that we kind of set our eyes on Haven, I think we go back to what is maybe considered the norm, where your info initiators aren't going to be playing the solo Skies. They should probably be on the Sovas.
Yeah.
Oh, we got our game decider. Who is going to go to the bracket stage? We settled the score on Haven. Tanner, based on what we've seen, who do you think is going to take it? What are your expectations?
So, oh man, I think just based off what we saw on Pearl, maybe there is a world where we see Hezzy on an agent that they can kind of do it themselves, much like the Phoenix. I think it's kind of a far-fetched prediction to say that they're going to be bringing the Phoenix into Haven. But yeah, I think finding that comfortability would be good for the squad. And I mean, they do it with the Neon, I guess.
Well, let us know in chat who you're cheering for. Is it Core? Is it Chosen Ones? Who's going to take our game 3? We find out now.
It's a Neon Triad.
I like how you say it's a Neon, I guess. You know, we talk Jet, we talk Phoenix. No, the teams do whatever they want, Tanner. And that means it's a Neon.
Yeah, and I look like a total fool. I wasn't expecting Sky Breach. I was expecting Silver Breach from both of these teams. And instead, they want the double flashes, the extra flashes. It's actually triple for core, but they want the extra flashes. What I want to see is, because we just saw, I believe it was Fusion who was actually playing Neon on this map, where, I mean, they were just fighting. And that's what worked on Pearl. We even saw it in the last round where Chosen Ones were able to just kind of play this overwhelm strategy where 3 people are peeking the flash through the wall out towards B long and fighting that way. Well, starting on the attacking side for Chosen Ones, you know, you toss out a couple of relay bolts, find these stuns with the breach stun right behind it, flashes on top of it. This composition from the Chosen Ones, you know, kind of screams brawly, scrappy style.
And it's interesting too, because for both teams now, without a Sova, you're gonna be thinking about how that lockdown is gonna play out, how this position is gonna play out. Sometimes you have the breach to kind of help out, but the teams have figured this out, right? How this positioning for the lockdown is gonna look like. But we need to get there first versus the pistol coming through in this quick 1-2. I mean, look at where the Neon is already.
And Chosen Ones are perfect on their pistols, 4-0, and they're looking to secure a 5th here in this one. They've been given the A site for free and a spike plant right behind it.
Bot coming back. So the pistol win percentage eventually going up as they get the spike planted. A position for the post plant as well, but a 5v5 still for core.
And looking to drop down. Maple the first one inside the cloud burst. Right clicks have been so good for Chosen Ones, but it's back and forth. Finally, Zoe inches things out for just a moment as Leopanda looks to hang on. The classic of her own. But as we've seen, map to map, the story stays true here in map 3. 5-0. The pistols are perfect for Chosen One.
It's interesting too, because it seems like we've seen every sort of version of how a pistol round can work out, right? The fast one, the one with the retake in the 5v5, the one that is really slow, trying to actually give that space for core, and every single one has gone the way of Chosen Ones. And this one especially, right, with how fast it ended up being for that play for Hazy on all the way into the A site to get that spike planted. And for this one, it's only a stinger in the hands of Maple. Position towards garage. And the Chosen Ones, and once again, going back to the slower start of the rounds that we got to see before.
And giving respect over to what could be an aggressive push somewhere on one of these extremities on Haven. The stinger buy for Maple to me is, it's a little perplexing to think, unless somebody else is going to do it, that almost tells us that, you know, they're not looking to get an op early in this game on defense for Maple, who is pretty darn good with the op.
Yep. Kind of the different ideas as well that we get to see with the duelist. And right in, once again, the Neon. And is he one who opens up the fight? Going a little too aggressive though, maybe.
Good stun from across the map. Kills are finding their way on both sides, but it's Core who are on the losing end of the duels as Leopanda does eventually make good with the right click to Violet with that classic. Good damage dealt. The round still belongs to the Chosen One.
The 2-0 so far. Same way as we got to see in their map pick of Pearl, but this one for Haven. Playing very, very different, so looking forward to finding ways to secure the bonus. That means a rifle, actually a Vandal coming through in the hands of Monkey. That's Sky. That has also given so much support to Hissy, right? In so many rounds for this Neon, or for this duelist, whatever it is.
Ooh, Hissy put themselves in an awkward spot. 2 players waiting for this push out towards A long. It's Maple who comes out on top. It's Core who comes out on top.
Backing up as well, giving that space after the pick was found, and that should be enough. Though we saw this from Core before, it's more than anything how the retake plays out. Maple all the way in Heaven.
Bam. Wow, just gonna jump right down, catch the players off guard. A flash came out and over the top from Leopanda, and Maple's allowed 3 kills here in the round. Put 2 together in the retake, but they're traded right back. Young One Ho hanging on for a moment. 42 HP. Will try for another. Young One Ho goes huge for 4.
Ooh, nice.
Massive. And once again, we get to see it for this controller player. Before with the Omen, now a little bit more with the Astra, and securing that Cosmic Divide is going to be available for the next couple of rounds.
One enemy remaining.
Wow.
But then answer as well just in time. I mean, you can see how scary it got after Maple was securing just 3 kills, jumping from heaven. And now, once again, making Core uncomfortable with this buy. Chosen ones trying to grab what they got from that momentum of that map. Number 2, even after that break, doesn't matter. The Core going right in.
Yeah, oh, I was gonna see if Maple could beat the Trailblazer. Not gonna be the case. The Blades are backed away. Hesse on the opposite side of the map is just dancing their way through into the back line. So we'll slide on through. Peach now gonna try and take this duel. Hesse sprays down for 1. Good trade. Now Peachy just getting run down. No way out of that one. Was hoping to find an upgraded way of the rifle, but punished in doing so.
Being positioned on side for this defense, it gets so uncomfortable, right? You see Peach T positioned right in the middle of that fast lane, kind of waiting for it to go down to try to suppress a couple players, and not the chance.
No charges left.
Good rolling thunder, flash on the outside. Maple still making good on these knives until they're not cut down. And delivered yet another loss here on Haven. Chosen ones. I mean, this is just a different team from that first map.
Yeah. It does not feel like the same team at all, and it's great. I think part of it is that conversation that we had about how this duel list for Hesse was going to look like. Was it going to be the Jet again? Was it going to be the Phoenix? What was it going to be? And I think the Neon is great, not only because it allows Hesse to look great into finding that space for the side, but also how fast it is and how rare it is to see a Neon on this map. So a little bit of that surprise factor that the defense has to deal with and try to catch in time.
Oh, man, that is punishing. And a round 2, so you start a player down. The operator has yet to find value. Maple actually getting pressured here. And the attack is looking to head this way. Finds good shot. Zoe on the receiving end. So across the board, we're even. But now the spike is headed the opposite direction. And not that you're a player down in this retake, but retaking with an operator is not a comfortable spot for Maple to be in.
And a Cosmic Divide also that gets utilized into the C side. A defense right on the other one, actually wanting to contest this right in.
Wow, Hesse just gonna pull out the zappy fingers, and Peach T steps out from their spot backside and cuts down 3. Leah Panda will assist with one of their own. And 4-1 we go. Core on the board early.
What a call as well. The Cosmic Divide, it seems like it got invested just a little too early into the round, right? The spike had yet to be planted. That space had yet to be taken by this attacking side. And so that is the green light for this defense of Core to go right in, to cross that Cosmic Divide, and for Peach T as well to go massive into the round. First round as well that they're able to secure here.
It was a nano swarm backside. I think that made Chosen Ones think that they were safe from any defenders being on that angle. And now, how much can Naomi get away with here? Okay.
Scout, I got the spike.
All right, Naomi. Naomi's playing a different game.
For how long is this position going to be held as well as the fight starts to take place on the A side once again? Quick.
Wow.
29 HP.
Yeah, and I mean, Spike planted ammo again, and Maple still finds value. This time not having to drop down into the site. So an operator shot through the smoke will find that kill. Now trying to drop it away. Look at a swap weapons. Violet, who walked away from a fight with 29 HP, collects a kill of their own. Now Hesse on this angle. Nobody playing the cross. Leopenda comes through, collects 2, and it's Core. Core marching their way through this A site, and it's all up to Violet to try and hang on. Nano Swarm dealt with. How much more can you expect from this one? 5 HP. The spam is through the 5 hole, but not enough to find the frag. It's only damage, and it'll be a second round for Core.
And the overwhelming retake is able to do it once again now 2 times in a row. Second round for Core. Even after there was so much going on, right? We got to see that position for that Killjoy. Ending up 29 HP, going all the way around. Maple gets taken down. And you know where this Jet is gonna be, right? So it had to be fast. It managed to be just that. The guiding light again.
Heavy pressure out towards this A site.
And
With
they're still
initiators
pushing
here.
from C.
Look at Boogie's health, though. Boogie, 1 HP.
Still gonna be, yeah, the commitment here. Onto the A side once again. Spike planted 1 HP.
Spike planted.
Like you said, I wanted to see if Maple was gonna go all the way around into backing up, going with the rest of the team for the retake once again.
I think we're going to trade Aftershock for Aftershock. The one up top from Gogu, I believe, clears out all of hell. And it will force players forward, but just no way in. Good response out from Zoe. This defense still held at bay. Paranoia comes through, flash on the backside, and this util, it's all subsiding by the time this defense is looking to flood their way into this site. And it's just handled so perfectly from the Chosen Ones. Peach T picks up the operator, drops by Maple, and there's no way back into this one. Finds some damage onto Zoe, will strip away 1 extra weapon. But this round, the time ticks away, belongs to the Chosen One.
No way. Going for it. Playing with fire.
Oh, the timing.
Wait, what is that? What is the timing for that? That
That's,
1 bullet enough at the end.
Yeah.
Still gets taken down though.
that's awful. That hurts, obviously, the most. On top of losing the round, you lose that that operator that you invested in. And Maple was doing work with that thing.
And the retake, it played out about the same way as we've seen in the last couple rounds too, right? Very quick. 1 or 2 players towards heaven, they get shut down, and this time around, everybody as well coming from a spawn was standing no chance, but it could change though for Core. Now with this ultimate, with this breach available as well, managing to stay alive until the end of the round. And the defense as well, going right in. Are they expecting this?
Yeah, I like this look from Core. I think they've been a little too giving in these sites because the retakes have not gone their way. Or
know.
Maple actually going to be forced off. Yeah, beautiful read there from the Chosen Ones. And on top of that, it's chip damage onto Maple. It's spam damage onto Leah. And at that point, Leah's just left on an island. Maple going to try and pick up the pieces as they work their way back towards this A site. Gogu here to try and supplement.
Rolling Thunder. So
You should run.
Steps are being heard. Rolling Thunder will come through. Maple gonna try and deal with this one. Inside the Astro 4, but no way. I mean, from a 4K around to go to that play right there, they hang on to the lockdown.
Area's clear.
And the push as well, it seemed like it was gonna work in time. The Rolling Thunder comes in,
30
stuns
seconds
the
left.
player.
Spike planted.
And too much to deal with. Ends up being taken down. 2v3 now, lockdown on the other side.
Mookie going aggressive, trying to deal with this one. Catches Naomi off guard, will get detained, but it's only 1 detained. And they sneak away from Peach T, who gets caught up on the shrouded step. I mean, Mookie will eventually get run down, but there's still 2 more players to worry about.
And the time.
Shadows traveling.
Smokes are out, fault line queued up, Aftershock available, flash. In case it was
Really not.
needed, on the spike, Peach T just holding it down inside the smoke, and I believe it gets defused. The Red Bull clutch for Peach T.
There's no way. These rounds just get crazier and crazier. Sticking to it, and that is the Red Bull clutch. Right at the end. I mean, how chaotic was this round?
Oh,
One enemy remaining.
yeah, that was a very messy round. Chaos is the best way to put it, and I mean, what a way to end it.
Oh, the spike right at the end, and that is the round that now belongs
Placing swarm grenade.
to Core here.
Oh man.
Seekers on the defense gonna be available.
No
They clear
way.
off.
Mookie was still in the Trailblazer too. Said,
Yeah.
Essie, sorry, I didn't clear that angle. I'm going to try and clear the rest of it all. With that, Maple going aggressive. Good one-way smoke, though. Make sure that the damage from the Jets remains just 1 kill for now.
The 2 players that were positioned towards the garage, very low, but
Spike
it doesn't
down
matter.
A.
Leah Panda alone on the A side, or short, takes down 2.
Light shields were invested into this round, and because of that, that Phantom at mid-range becomes a Vandal for Leah Panda.
Insane.
And after all the chaos, it seems like it's the Chosen Ones who are still spinning from it. Not quite recovering from that previous round coming into the next. Things get a little wonky.
30
Hesse gets
seconds
punished
left.
because corners go uncleared. Now they're down to 2.
Trying to make their way towards that seaside. Gets the first one, actually. Goku goes down. Barely any time, though.
One enemy
And
remaining.
it's quick. I mean, it's not even a post-plant. It's before they can even get that spike to the ground. Paranoia comes through. Maple sweeps in right afterwards to clean up. And Core bring us, after a rough start, a rocky start, Core bring us within 1.
And how crazy would it be that after that round number 8 that we got to
One
see,
enemy remaining.
it is Core who turned things around? Because that is the way that it's looking right now. That round right after secure.
Placing sentry.
And Chosen Ones
Placing alarm
trying
bot.
to take that power back,
Placing
trying to
swamp
take that
grenade.
control back once again. The Rolling Thunder on this attacking side, but once again, presence towards mid, not wanting to contest Garage once again. Setup changes for the defense here.
No more.
Wow. Each team continues to impress.
Yeah. I didn't even see player's position there anymore. It's so risky too.
And that's Violet gone. Violet's been, I mean, through both maps, Violet's been a strong performer. It also hurts a bit of the post plan not having that Killjoy utility because of that. Peach T is
You are divided.
Still
Feeling-
Rolling Thunder.
Yeah, Rolling Thunder is available. Cosmic Divide will also split things up. Another Paranoia. I mean, down this long avenue of approach, Peach T has no problem trying to punish these players from pushing on through. Flash on the backside. Hesse all alone, blocked off by the smoke. Meanwhile, Maple again comes through with the broom to sweep up the remaining bit of dust, and it's an aftershock to close it out. We're tied up at 5.
Something that didn't happen in the map number 1, map number 2. You could clearly tell who chose each map. But for this third one, it's a little bit messier, but in the best way possible between the two. Initially going back and forth, now tied up 5 each. Taking a timeout here for Chosen Ones. And I feel like part of it also comes from the early success that they found on this A entry, right? With the Neon, with the fast lane. It was happening so quick. It was... Oh. And then they started to answer right back for the defense. Playing a little bit closer. And some of the plays, sure, they don't work. When you see Leah Panda and Maple pushed all the way towards A. Right into the spawn, basically. And even though they get clear, they're bringing out new things. And they seem to be working against the Chosen One squad.
They've also found ways to start to punish Hesse being on that front foot, whether it be taking fights or fighting for space out towards A long, putting the operator there a few rounds ago, to now, fighting on that C site, expecting Hesse to push into the back lines and do so alone. Now, Rolling Thunder is still available. The accompanying behind that is Hesse and the overdrive, and that is online. Hesse deep into the back lines here. 4 defenders on this A site. And how much can they get with this one? Flash on the outside, expecting players inside Link, but how deep can they expect it here? A headshot from the Zappy Fingers, not going to be enough. Post angle goes the way of Peach T as Maple does it again. 2
enemy
kills.
remaining.
It's Maple multi-kill. Make it 3 as Violet looks to hang on. And I mean, the eco frags swing heavily in favor of Core. The Jet to net the majority. And they swing it back from a 4-round deficit to now a 1-round lead.
I know we talked about Chosen Ones
Last
looking
round
like a
in
different
the
team
half.
when we got to see the map number 2. But, I mean, this is a completely different team as well, of course, that we're seeing a Maple as well that is just on fire. Every single round, it seems like we've seen Maple get 1, 2 kills. Now with the operator, 16 and 9. This is round 12 as well with the last chance, but it seems like every single time it's been denied by this Jet.
And
Last
Zoe,
chance is a Rolling Thunder.
yeah, as I say, Zoe just has not been able to get this ult online. Never been comfortable. Hesse out on their front foot again. The operator's here, and they're just going to deal with it. That is how they will continue to handle this aggressive push. As Leia Panda there to play back up. Peach T now trying to keep this team cordoned off. It's the knives out. It's Maple for 3. I mean, 2K, 2K, 4K, 3K? Is that the timeline for Maple in these last few rounds?
I think so. Yeah, something like that at least. Just insane. It's exactly what Hesse was bringing to Chosen Ones on that map number 2 of Pro, right? Going right in, getting 1, 2, 3, even being the difference maker, trying to take that fight right into you and answering right back. So it's reflecting in the score, though. Still very close. I mean, 5 rounds in a row that we got to see belong and go the way of core. Again, though, the pistols, you know how the pistols go.
Yeah. 5-0 are Chosen Ones.
Yeah. It's on the script.
Look at this again. From attack to defense, it does not stop for Hesse. This is what worked on Pearl. And Chosen Ones are trying to stick to this winning recipe of looking to just overthrow Core on any half of the map. As Violet gets 2, Maple answers back for a couple of their own, and there it is, the pistol rounds, the script. This is how it's written. Can Peach T overwrite it, though? Has the spike in hand, a smoke available in just a moment, and a paranoia to play with. It's controller versus controller here, Dryad.
Oh, and this is so scary as well, Peach T. Nowhere to go. Not really sure as well what Disaster's gonna be. Spotted on the other side.
Oh!
A reload.
What? And you know what? This is how the half started. It was Youngwon Ho to get things going, to start the snowball effect for Chosen Ones. It was eventually slowed down, but it's only right that not only Chosen Ones go 6-0 in pistols, but it's their Astra who claws their way back into this one.
Time out.
Both with the classics as well from so far away. You really didn't know what way it was gonna go. But again, the pistols, they just have to go the way of Chosen Ones. And again with the same buy. With the stinger for Maple.
Maple immediately taking down that stinger by, not gonna find too much. Hesse will collect another one. This one just gonna... It's an anti-eco round. It's going the way that you would expect. Who collects the ult orbs is the question. Split across the team. 3K for Hesse. A flawless round for Chosen Ones. And just like that, we're all tied up.
Once again, first, it was when the score was 5-5. Now 7-7 between the two. With a play that I'm still curious to see how fast it's gonna look like, right? With this Neon and with the way that this Neon is gonna set up, we're seeing the positioning that I see from a Jet player, right? But playing around with Mookie, with the Sky, towards that A side. Actually going right in. The guiding light doesn't spot anybody though. Nobody up close. Still aware of the potential of this aggression.
Yeah. Yeah, Core respecting the chance that there could be Core or Chosen One members pushed all the way up, and they've got the right call. Flash got weird inside A main.
Things have gotten weird this match.
Dog for dog. Oh, Hesse is gonna get cleared. Just no way out. Relay bolt at their feet. They did it to themselves, and Maple happy to capitalize on the misplay.
And understanding, right, how these two duelists work and how these two duelists play. As we've seen both of them go for those risky plays and every single time getting cleared out. But it is one of those that you need to try out, see if they work, and if they do, you get a lot of value from it. In the meantime, that spike makes it all the way towards that C site planted here. It's a 4v5 retake for Chosen One.
What do they have to work with here? Full util from Zoe. Stars available. The flash just came online. Queued up as the fault line on both sides. Peach T in the back line's worried about what could be coming from long, but it's everybody from this defender spawn. Looking to find the first, swings out for the next, but Peach T holds it down. Gogu grabs one of their own, and I mean, the Spectre's just not going to be enough in this situation. The lead swings back in favor of Core.
A clean round. As the ones that we wanted to see when things got messy for Core in a couple maps. Especially right at the beginning of this one, losing the bonus and trying to make sure they're still able to take that lead. If anything, that for things to get tied up and not to lose the way that it happened on Pearl. So things very close between the two on this map number 3. Once again, going for these light shields as we've seen throughout the entire match for Chosen Ones. And going right in.
Yeah, I mean, this is just what you have to expect. Again, this is what worked. Aggression. This is what Chosen Ones are looking to do. They want to put Hesse on the front lines. And make sure that Core never feels comfortable. And yeah, both duelists have been erased early in this.
Just get traded early on, and what that means, it's quiet for the attacking side here of Core. Backing up, it seems like. The positions are still held towards that B side, towards that C side.
Ooh. And Gogo's put in a tough spot. Peach T felt it appropriate to try and help her teammate out of that situation and actually gets punished for it. So Gogo doesn't die, sure, but Peach T falls. That leaves one of 3 players down to 56 HP. Now one of 2 players down to 56 HP, and it's not even 100 collectively between the 2 that remain for Core.
And it's been so difficult for one of these teams to really take that lead, and it's not gonna get any easier. Once again, tied up 8-8. 4 Chosen Ones answering right back. And meeting the aggression between the two towards A lobby. Not something that we've seen too many times. Maybe one time on that first half that we saw. And it was about the same, right? The duelist, the first ones to go down, the noise being cut, and the space taken somewhere else. A couple of things that are very close. Lockdown for Chosen Ones, and this is the chance to get those, right? Get those orbs. Play a little bit more aggressive with the bias well that you have on the other side.
And you talked about the potency of the lockdowns for both teams not having Sovas on the server. This lesser buy does allow for Core to work their way up towards the C site. The closer fights are back and forth for a moment. Maple's still alive as Naomi works her way inside the smoke. Now the blades are online. Maple starting to feel themselves here. But a backstab is perfect. The classic should be enough. And Hesse hangs on. Maple needed the ace, but it just escapes. And the Chosen Ones are back on top.
It's been a couple rounds, but finally Chosen Ones back on top, and it was Hesse right in that corner. Runs out of bullets from that Phantom, and he gets scary here. Pulls out the classic though and handles it just fine, taking advantage as well. Maple had no idea where this neon was going to be located. So
Placing swamp grenade. Don't overthink it. That's my job.
the round, once again, the swing rounds that could be for Chosen Ones. Secure double digits, maybe.
A different approach from Hesse. Aggressive out towards grass. Yeah, like you said, get a bit of damage, does get healed up, but lesser in armor. And I mean, when your Neon's health looks like that, again, these Phantoms become very powerful.
Yeah.
I've got your trail.
Investing the Seekers first as well. There's a big chance here for Core. The util though, not gonna make it easier at all. Very up close. The Astra Stars, the Killjoy as well, that was positioned here before.
Oh, no way. Violet gets one, a fadeaway frag onto Gogu. And that stall, that kill and the utility has done enough for this defense to be rallied up just outside this A site. Lockdown comes through. So we're gonna clear things out, and this should be a relatively open site for Chosen One to walk on, but it's what they're going to be met by The backside is a good nanostorm. That doesn't get dealt with. It's chip damage. Leah Panda cannot survive it. On the outside is Maple. Collects the first. Will deal with the Seekers. 2 bullets left, forced to reload. Now going to try and take the duel through the box, so he will fall. The backstab's there. The spike's just being diffused. It's just held down. The kills don't matter. The round is the chosen ones.
Again, that's the way that the round goes, with the spike just being diffused right in front of their faces, trying to come back in. And it was still just taking advantage of the kills. That lockdown comes in. You know how the lineup works. Thinking that you're going to be safer, and people try to put up a fight onto it. Ends up being taken down as fight gets diffused. Now it is double digits for the chosen ones. Not a scenario that QOR saw themselves in, especially right at the end of the round. The kills were going their way. Everything was going their way. And again, it is exactly the same as we saw for Hissy on that map number 2. I mean, look how many kills Maple has.
Yeah. Yeah, 28 and 15 is not bad. It's not bad. With at the very least 3 more rounds to go. At 30 bombs surely just around the corner for Maple, who in a lot of these rounds, again, it's been multi-kill after multi-kill.
So many, yeah. And even if the round wins, they slow down just a little bit. You still have that consistency for Maple that is going to be needed right at the end of this map that we're approaching. The end of this map number 3, trying to see who's able to push forward. Rolling Thunder here for Zoe. We didn't get to see it in that first half. Now trying to invest it on the defense would be great. Or a retake maybe on it towards that seaside.
Nanostorm puts Maple out on an island. Rolling Thunder comes through. Tags upon the teammate though. And smokes are gone. Maple finds another. It's a multi-kill. It's Maple multi-kill doing it again. Mookie, Hesse, and Zoe gonna try and hang on. The economy's not the best. It's a 3v4. Maybe they think there's ways back into this one, but I could see a world where they opt into a save. Hesse out on their front foot. Zoe just around the corner from getting backstabbed, and that eventually comes to fruition after she finds her one with a relay bolt that will force their hand. A shrouded step to safety, and Peach T will play out towards long. Naomi cut off by the fast lane. Mookie just gonna try and stick this one here. Somebody has to make a move. The spike's halfway. Maple also down to half. And Chosen Ones hop off of this one. Try to step to the opposite side. One-way smoke. There's no way back onto the tap onto the spike. They're trying to force the duels, and they've done just that. Now Maple down to 38 HP. Will try to hang on, but Mookie sits them down, and the spike halfway means plenty of time in an 11th round for the Chosen Ones.
Mookie as well, really well played right at the end. Hesse just swings a little bit more, tries to take the fight, even if Hesse gets taken down. Mookie there to answer right back, and having more than enough time with those 4 seconds after getting that first half. 11 now for Chosen Ones. 4 rounds in a row for the squad. And the rounds, the more that we get to see them, the closer that they get, the 1v2s, the 2v2s. To see which way it's gonna go.
Turret out.
Get out of my way! Placing swarm grenade.
Knives for Maple. Onto the A site once more. Looking to go through the smoke again. Good flash on the backside, and that's kind of the difference between this duelist hit here for QOR. They're a bit more pieced together, and because of that, Maple able to make good on that bit of utility, find those frags, and things have been opened up. But this is a world that we've seen before. We've seen this multiverse where Chosen Ones fight back into situations like this.
Not like this, though. Naomi just outside of garage as well. Chosen One's actually trying to take the fight to the players towards long. Yeah, but this one's different.
Yeah, Violet just has nothing here. Can't cut off the sight lines. One-way smoke once more. Naomi gonna make good on that push through garage. And will find the final kill. So QOR put a 9th on the board. The C hit this time looks a bit better. Cleaned up a bit more. I think ultimately the big takeaway from that one is they didn't have to invest those final 2 ult.
I mean, the side hits have looked great for QOR. I think right at the beginning, we always see either the 2 duelists getting traded or Maple being successful in the entry is kind of what follows right after, right? it really shows. Maple now over 30 kills, 33 so far.
Placing swarm grenade.
That time with the Blade Storm, as we got to see that success. The guiding light towards mid, gonna be great.
Blocking sight.
Flash catches Maple just a bit. It's gonna go up top. Flash on the backside from the breach, however. But Violet shakes it off and will find the frag. Leah Panda there to right the wrongs. The initial part of that take. And just to try and secure a 10th round, they'll place the lockdown. They'll force the hand of the defense on a lighter buy. Mookie, though, with the rifle, will find one. Rifles to be picked up, but they seem just out of reach. Hesse gonna get detained. It only takes a bullet through the box. Leah Panda, 3 kills on the round, a 4th available, but we'll see who takes it.
A 1v3. Oh. The third just decided that was the time. And now double digits here for Core. An interesting one too. And it goes back to something that we were just talking about, right? How the entry looks for Core. It has to look great. Even when things got a little bit chaotic, once again for Maple, goes right on top, tries to take down that killjoy for Violet. And even though it doesn't connect, it doesn't matter. Leah Panda is right there to answer. The 2 kills, then follow up by a little bit more.
And Leah Panda with the triple double, 14, 15, 16. It's got to feel pretty good. Again, a slower map 2, really kind of coming into her skin here in map 3 on the sky and setting Maple up beautifully. Again, just going back to that last C hit, that flash on the other side of the smoke that's been placed by the Astra of Chosen Ones is perfect for Maple to push through a 2nd round in a row, by the way. They're expecting that play to happen, and because of the util coming out from Leah Panda and the rest of the team, allowing Maple into the back lines completely unscathed.
Big timeout here. Seeing if we're gonna be tied up once again, if Chosen Ones can take that lead that they had just for a little bit, just for a couple rounds, and the tools are there, right? The Seekers, the Cosmic Divide that we've seen being a win condition for the squad before.
Wow. Aggression. Down to line.
This.
Watching here.
Say, hey, Core's been getting out towards C a little too easy. They're going to leave a deposit. Ooh, the dog goes wide, so Hesse's still able to try and fight. Zoe and Mookie, however, the ones that push forward. Leah Panda only able to grab one back. So it's the Chosen Ones. It's the defense. A player ahead here with just over a minute left on the clock.
And so well done, too. How many times do you see 3 players pushed all the way? The only one that gets taken down is that Fearless. Once again, a 4v3. Space on the A side. Spike planted.
Spike planted.
Lockdown on the defense available. No way.
Lockdown used. Maple goes aggressive. Swarm grenade does not do enough to slow Zoe down. Will eventually find the kill. I mean, Maple has to head for the hills. Not going to make it out of this one. So just going to try and sneak away. Will be detained. And how much time is there? Mookie going to go on the hunt here. Rifle in hand. Doesn't quite find it. Will eventually 180. Find the kill onto Maple. Be given the defuse to get these Seekers online or closer to being online. And that right there is pushed the Chosen Ones to map and series point.
The timeout defines the success on the side of Chosen Ones. But something new, something that we never really saw before from them. Especially on the second half. And overall, a very unique play to see that gives them the space, forces the play to back up, and gives one more round, being 1 round away for Chosen Ones to move forward here.
Shadows traveling.
Core have slowed down here. 4 players towards Garage, playing it together.
And they're just going to try and brute force their way into this victory.
That was the cue for the smoke.
Oh, they call for smoke onto this turret. That's going to allow Maple to push up. This should be expected, though. I'd imagine Violet hears that one. So it's still on the angle. Not quite giving up. Elbow spotted. It's a Guardian on the opposite side. And so much space has now been picked up by Maple. They're going to call the rest of the team over.
No, that's a killjoy util though that you still have to deal with. Didn't get taken down before, even though Maple got all the space.
Rolling Thunder into the link. Violet going to be dealt with. Maple going aggressive off of this stun. The tremors come through. Hesse still able to shake it off. Find the frag in response, but only 2 remain, and Naomi is about to walk up on him. Youngwon Ho stuck inside the astral form, not ready for this. Recalls the star. Naomi only good for 1, but with 11 HP, Hesse heads for the hills.
Giving that round to QOR.
I'm out of
The
here.
play that was also different from them, like you said, because that turret gets smoked, it allows that play from Maple to take place. Even though it was spotted, Maple, after the spike gets planted, after the team is able to be on that A side, good for 2. And Hesse, the last one here, just gonna have to back up. Keep the ultimate for that next round. We might be seeing an overtime. Day 1 of Game Changers. On the main broadcast. It's just right on the horizon. And they're just taking everything from these 2 teams.
Enemy remaining.
The kills from the duelists, the plans, the mental games, the reads between the 2. They're just everything there.
And so Hesse re-ups on full shield, buys utility, drops the rifle over, is going to be using the overdrive here in this round. For the rest of the team, it is just not the best. Flashes out, blades online, rolling thunder, maybe trying to beat it, but a bit too slow on the punch. The backstab there from Violet, and that's a weapon upgrade. Now the overdrive called out here from Hesse, and a player down. Our core, as they look to set their eyes on the C side. Guess who's here to try and hang on? A backstab eminence, and there it comes through. Violence unfortunately falls just a bit short. The zaps come through, but it's not quite enough. It's Zoe to cut down 1, and Chosen Ones have seemingly done enough. It's all up to Peach T, and she
Defenders
falls
win.
short. And the series is closed just like that. It's Chosen Ones Black out on top of it all, qualifying for playoffs.
Chosen Ones making it right at the end in a crazy map that we saw going back and forth between the 2 teams, but Chosen Ones really understanding
One enemy remaining.
those plays right at the end. The timeout helping out so much, bringing kind of the playbook that they had to show, but it doesn't matter as long as you get to move forward, as the squad was able to do. And I mean, it was so close. It was so fun to watch. The duels, I mean, this 2 duelists going at each other, even when they're so different, right? The Neon, the Jet, you don't know how they're gonna interact, but they gave some really good rounds, some really good openings. It's just Chosen Ones at the end. We just take the win.
Yeah, Chosen Ones out on top. A lot to talk about there. So we're going to bring Lemon Kiwi back into the mix. I mean, we went the distance.
Oh, yeah. Holy cow, that series. We ended with a banger, thank
Yeah.
God. From losing 13-4 on Ascent to coming back on Pearl and Haven to take the win. Chosen's, like you said, Tanner, qualify for the bracket stage. Congratulations. What a heckin' series. But let's just keep it nice and simple, Dryad. Why did Chosen Ones end up coming out on top? It's hard to pick like one thing. It's just a clutch factor felt next level.
There were 2 rounds where the spike just got diffused in the middle of all the kills happening at the same time. I think of that round number 8 that we got to see first, and the score was really tied up. I think it's crazy, you know, you see the difference between the players and how much the plays were connected. Especially the Sky and the Neon going right in, playing the way that it plays with a Jet, and having these cool ideas to execute, the ones that you copy from somebody else, the one that you bring on your own, with this pretty unique composition compared to the meta that we're used to seeing. And then it's just a perfect mix right at the end.
Very interesting that Hesse really started to come online on the defensive side, was really starting to find success. On the attack, it was I kind of talked about how the game got started, and it was an explosive start for Chosen Ones. They are obviously great on the pistols. On the day, they're perfect for pistols. But Hyung Won Ho is kind of the player that I was looking at that helped Chosen Ones get the ball rolling, right? Started this snowball effect down the hill. Hesse was a little bit slower, kind of doing the duelist job of taking space versus the duelist job of just completely fragging out like we saw from Maple. But then it completely switched up. As soon as Core started to piece some rounds together, Chosen Ones take that timeout and they understand, like, hey guys, let's just fight for this space. And that is where we really started to see Hesse start to shine, and then the clutch factor start to pull through once more. Once Hesse does their job, the rest of the team picked up the pieces.
Yeah.
Well, Core, unfortunately for them, dropped down to the lower bracket to face B-Hop Celestial for the last spot in the bracket stage. Tanner, based on what you saw today, are you confident that Core will be able to qualify?
Yeah, admittedly, I'm not as in tune with this B-Hop Celestial team, but just based off of what I saw from Core, if I could ask for anything, and again, what is my word? If I could ask for anything, though, I think Leah Panda is insane on on the Sova. I think even when Leah Panda was just filling in for TSM on the Sova, that the ability to just have that recon dart, that ping versus what the Sky was, the flashes were good, but even if you go back and look at that game, there are a lot of times where they're doubling up flashes. A Sky flash over the top, then a breach flash into backside B or into backside C, whatever it is. And you could just put Leah Panda on a very comfortable Sova like we saw in map 1. Yeah. Again, I think it's a lot to ask for, especially during the tournament. But I do think a couple of maps here on the Sky for Leah Panda and the rest of the team, I think they will have enough tomorrow to qualify.
I believe so too. They showed their stuff today, and especially their strengths, their weaknesses, and we'll see if B-Hop Celestial have done their homework. So at least we know who Metro MVP of the day is for Tanner with the Leia Panda. But Dryad, who's the Dryad Deadeye MVP for you?
It's this is so difficult because I think I have to give it to Hesse. It makes sense with everything that we got to see, but I think an honorary mention to Maple, who almost had 40 kills in that last map. And I think it would be criminal for it not to go mention in performance for these two duelists. And yes, I mean, we often highlight these duelists, but the way that they were kind of in so many rounds winning by themselves, essentially, when it had to be staying alive until right at the end, being the opener every single time, being that surprise factor. Both of them were there. Hesse, of course, after that win, takes it. But again, the honorary mention to Maple, who was fighting to stay alive every single time. It was insane. I mean, how many times do you see almost 40 kills from a Jet?
Not very often, at least not from me. But my inner Canadian definitely wanted to vote for Maple too. That almost ace with the ultimate. I was on the edge of my seat after that one. But what a series, what a kickoff day for GC2. We're gonna entertain y'all with some Prime Gaming highlights, and when we'll return, we'll have an interview with a Chosen One. We'll see you then.
Enemy killed. One enemy remaining.
Welcome back, everyone. The final interview of the day. We had a banger series, a banger final map. Went the way of chosen ones who officially qualify for the bracket stage. And now I have our post-match interview brought to you by Verizon with Zoe from Chosen Ones. So congratulations. Hi, I'm glad you're all ready to go. You got so
Thank
much
you.
props on how well you played today. How did you feel about your performance, and how did you come back after Ascent?
I didn't really feel like I did too great today, but I feel like my team did really well, and we still kept our mental up even though we lost Ascent, and we knew that Pearl was going to be a good map for us, and as soon as we started dominating on Pearl, we knew that we could beat them on Haven.
Ooh, I like that. That was a big confidence booster for you. Yeah, that was a heckin' good map on game two. And it was great to watch all of you play. Wish we just had more stuff online to read about you. Could you tell us about the story of Chosen Ones?
I actually trialed for them, and the original player, Mookie, she was IGL, and I really enjoyed how she IGL'd, so I ended up choosing her team, and then we ended up trialing for a really long time, because it's really hard getting players in the scene that actually want to commit to a team. And so after that, we just kept trialing, and eventually we picked up Violet, so then it was a core 3, and then we ended up picking up Lauren after that. And then it was time to find a duelist, which took us a long while too. And then we finally picked up Hesse, and we were finally able to practice for a GC for about like a month.
Wow, it takes a while to find like the perfect core, which you guys have seemingly found it. I mean, you made it to the bracket stage, took a lot of work, but definitely well deserved. And I know it's a long day for you, so I didn't want to make this interview too long. So do you have any shout outs, final words to leave us before tomorrow?
I just want to thank our coach, Vitaly or Ivan. He has spent so much time on us, and I really appreciate it. I know everyone else does. I also really appreciate my IGL. She does so much for us. And just everyone on the team, like we all played really well together, and I hope that we can continue that during the entire tournament.
Awesome. We're so excited to watch you. Thank you again for taking the time, Zoe. Congratulations. We're so excited to watch you, and best of luck.
Of course, thank you.
Hi. That was Zoe from Chosen Ones. If you are just tuning in, they qualified for the bracket stage. This goes down tomorrow when I want to bring back my analysts, Tanner and Triad, to break down just kind of the end of the day. Tanner, vibes are immaculate with the Chosen Ones, especially just being able to mentally bounce back after Ascent.
Yeah, that's big. And you kind of hear it in, it's hard to put a team together, especially a free agent team where everybody's putting in time like that. And I think what comes with that, there's a lot of chaos in kind of creating a roster and trying to lock down a roster. And then I think that just adds so much more to, like you said, their mental after map number 1, kind of getting crushed to understand, like, hey, as this team, we have a strong Pearl. We can come back from this. Because a lot of the times we see free agent rosters, step up to the plate. Things don't go their way. They go boom. And then so does the roster, and they all go their separate ways. So it's cool to see them bounce back and qualify.
Yeah, but there was one person who especially bounced back, who popped the heck off today. Dryad, bring me through this aim lab flick of the day. I know you were giving this player, Katarina, so much props.
I just love her, but if you watch her play, you know why I love her. She is insane, and we see it with all the crazy plays that she got. This 4K as well, where she got 3 in a spawn of maybe 1.5 seconds, if anything. Then she got her 4K. Insane player. I know we watched her first match, but she also won the second match. Also got an ace on the second match. Yep. So, I mean, we're talking about just a player to keep your eyes on.
And just the way that she walked down the operator at the end there for that ace on Pearl, I mean, that's just terrifying.
Well, that's the end of the day, everyone. We started with 56 teams. We're saying goodbye to more of them, or as Tanner likes to say, some of them go boom. Tomorrow, we begin our bracket stage for the of our qualifiers for the $50,000 main event for Game Changers. All the matches start at 5 p.m. Eastern, so make your way back here for some more Valorant action. We, of course, appreciate the support y'all give for our players, for them to grow, learn, and excel. Thank you again all for watching. We'll see you tomorrow.